Welcome back, everybody, to an episode of the Evening Rager podcast. And today I'm joined by Wyatt and Dave from Apparitions. Guys, what the fuck is going on?
Hello, man. Nice to be here.
Yeah, long time no talk. You guys been up some pretty crazy shit. How are you guys?
Good. They're doing pretty good. Yeah. It's been good times. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm definitely doing, a lot better where, things were kind of like the last standing and, when I left YouTube and everything, I'm in a better headspace and everything. And I think that's just, the whole goal, man, is just, mentally flourishing. So, I'm thriving a little bit, I'm doing pretty good. So, that I think a break is what's needed here and there. So I'm doing all right, man. I'm really doing all right. Thank you for asking. So thank you, man. So what have you guys been up to since we last spoke? What's been going on in the apparition scene?
Well, we have we dropped our biggest single yet in Aokigahara. We tried to just make that one our biggest one yet, and we're so happy with the release and the success of it and all the positive feedback and reception. We're so grateful, and we've been cooking up new stuff in the meantime. We just announced at the time of this recording yesterday that our new single Coda is going to be out February 24th.
Yeah.
Everybody's super excited in camp for that. We think that's our strongest one yet, and we can't wait to hear the feedback.
All right, so bringing it back to Aokigahara, like you were talking about, like the success and everything. How's that been for you guys? Because it was a huge fucking track. I would know it's the the channel intro song to my channel now. So how's that been for you guys?
It's been good. I mean, yeah, we've enjoyed having people enjoy it, and share it, and the feedback has been amazing. Just like from people all over the world telling us how much they love the song, and that's been on repeat for them for days. So it's been really cool to see that.
For something that was such a personal, like, lyrical topic, and it was a song I'd wanted to like try and tackle for multiple years at this point. I've had kind of fascination with that whole theme, and it was one of the first that we initially wrote together when we started linking up and writing music. So
really,
yeah, it was
been
really
in the chamber for a while.
Probably third or fourth one we ever wrote together.
Really.
But yeah, to finally get it out in its like full form and have people just resonate with it so much was very rewarding, very humbling.
Like, how does that feel for you guys though? Like knowing that you've had this song in the chamber for so long, and you've been thinking about it for so long. It's out there, people have heard it. You have all these reactors reacting to it. It's circling the fucking network. Like again, you guys have gotten an amazing response. Like, how does that feel to your core? Like, I fucking put this shit out and people are fucking banging to it, dude. Like,
it's definitely really cool. I mean, especially the couple of times that we played that song live, just seeing like people's heads moving and like them getting like enjoying it. It's like, oh, this is so cool,
It's our opening song, so
really
saying that this is like the coolest way to first present ourselves to you guys, and it's even more crazy that our discography up until that song had been kind of tame metalcore, like kind of I don't want to say soft, but relaxed and dreamy,
laxed metalcore.
But it's such a I wrote it in my release post on Instagram. It's such a sonical just difference in change of sound. We went from drop C to drop E, which is
a fucking huge drop, bro. Like, oh my god.
But it sets the good tone for kind of what's to come for us in terms of what we have been building as like our true sound. So it's a great just kind of intro to this new era that we're working on, and Coda definitely continues that heavy, brutal sound too.
So would you say that this would be like the best song for like a new listener of Apparitions? That would be the best song to go to get a feel of like who you guys are and like what avenues you can go down? Like, would that be safe to say?
We talking about Aoki or Coda?
Aokigahara.
I would probably say Coda is a better one to get a feel overall what we are. Aoki has so many moving parts to it, and it can be a lot on first listen.
Yes, the fuck it can.
It's 6 minutes long, and it has a lot of like instrumental breaks. Like it goes from heavy to pretty like atmospheric stuff, and I think it tells a story instrumentally as long as lyrically, and that's kind of like what we set out to do, was to tell a story throughout that song, and not really more to like
to grab the casual listener. Maybe.
Yeah, it's more of like we're taking you on a journey, and we
like
don't
you
really
guys
care,
with
how
this
long
song,
it
you
takes.
guys want to bring the viewer in and really understand who you guys are as a band and like what stories you guys want to tell and like what kind of song, like what kind of stories your songs tell.
Mhm.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. That's the eye on the prize right there, man. Like it doesn't matter, you know, and I love bands that go more into their lore rather than, you know, just kind of going out by how it sounds. Because like you could have an amazing sounding song, but lyrically it's garbage. I mean, look at fucking Limp Bizkit. Like, look at Limp Bizkit. Like it sounds, dude, it sounds great, but lyrically they haven't like really advanced since fourth grade, you know. But you know, you have songs like this where it tells a story, you know, there's legitimate, you know, heartfelt lyrics behind it. There's, you know, a driving force behind the song, you know, and I would rather something that has so much depth and more to uncover than something that, like you said, you know, just grabs the casual listener and it's like, oh, I can just bang to this and it doesn't, you know, really mean a thing, you know?
For me,
So I think that's super important.
Me being a words guy, there's got to be depth behind, you know, what the song's talking about. That's the biggest thing for me, along with you know the lyrics just being catchy as well, the melodies being there, something to grab the listener. You can write 10,000 songs about nothing. If they don't have depth behind them, then you know it just feels empty. It feels like there's something missing, and so that's my role. I feel like the most important thing I can contribute is making sure that whatever we write about, you know, we have something to say.
Yeah, like it's relatable. You know, it reaches somebody like personally, and you know, again, you know, like you just said, you know, a lot of bands lose that importance in their songwriting, and you know, the songs that have come out from you guys have been fucking spectacular, and every single one, it's just like it gets higher and higher. Like, dude, since we're gonna be jumping into Coda anyways, I'm gonna jump into it real quick.
Jump into it.
Okay.
Wyatt.
Yes.
You went fucking off in that song, bro. You went fucking off in that song, dude. Like it just
It's our hardest one to play so far.
dude, it shows 100%. Like it shows like there was so many. I felt like just like it felt like hearing different playing styles. Like it just you'd be in one fucking you'd be going down one avenue and then out of nowhere it's just like I'm like before my brain can even fucking process it. And I'm just like this is fucking awesome, dude. It's like a Pandora's box of music. And it just, dude, you went solidly off in this song, man. Like, I
appreciate it. I'm glad you liked it.
It's my favorite. And I can't begin to express how excited I am for everybody else to hear it that hasn't heard it yet. I'm excited for, you know, to see everybody else's reactions, not just my own going into this song, because it's like, dude, I'm looking at people to match my energy now because I fucking went off in that reaction, dude, because it was so good. Like the song is just heavy hitting. It's lyrically powerful. It's atmospheric. It's shreddy and bouncy as fuck. Like the breakdown literally like solidified the frontals of my pants. Like it's ridiculous, dude. Like it is ridiculous. Now, big question: who wrote the song?
Both of us.
Yeah, so it's how the usual process goes with us. He takes care of the instrumental composition pretty much.
Okay.
My one musical contribution was that bass slide you heard towards the end. That was me.
Fuck you drop.
And
The drop that literally made me want to fucking murder myself. Yeah.
But no, the musicality genius is sitting next to me, and then I tried to do what I could with it in terms of writing the lyrics, create the melodies, create the rhythm, and just kind of tying it together as a whole.
Okay, now into the next question about it. What was it about? That is what I'm stoked to talk about. What was Coda about? What was this heavy ass fucking song about?
Coda has a very ambiguous tone to it, and it is exactly the kind of stuff I like to write about. It is open-ended enough so that anybody can really draw their own conclusion. I definitely encourage that before hearing my perspective on what it is about. The song title is derived from an episode of The Walking Dead, which shares the same name. That episode is primarily focused on a character named Beth, who had been going through this kind of storyline in the show for the past 2 episodes.
Slabtown.
Slabtown, yeah. I thought about making another song called Slabtown, but
Make it Coda Part 2, Slabtown, bro. Make it heavy as fuck.
So the group at this point, the main story of the show, for those who aren't fans of The Walking Dead, I'll keep it brief, but they'd been all separated into the woods, and once they were separated, they were down to just 2, and we were focusing on Beth and another character named Daryl, and they were split up eventually as well. In an accident, she was taken hostage by these group of police officers that were held up in Grady Memorial in Atlanta, which is a big hospital. And as she woke up and started to realize her surroundings, on first glance, it seemed, this could be something worthwhile. It seems I'm safe, but then there's also the realization of I was taken here against my will, so something's not right. And as the story unfolds more, it just kind of shows basically how corrupt things can be on the inside, how deceiving things can be from first look. And the first word in the song is hierarchy, and that's a big overarching theme. Is people will climb the ladder of success even at the quote end of the world, for their own benefit, for their own personal gain. Everybody's always looking to see what they can use you for to get the most out of for themselves. So it's a story of just telling how that kind of all unfolds, and how it ends.
Man, I can see, how and why you're a lyrical genius, because you took an episode of The Walking Dead and turned it into a fucking banger. Like, you turned it into a fucking banger, not only lyrically and musically, just the fact that you're able to translate an episode of a show, just a random show, a very big one, obviously, but and you're able to translate it into a fucking killer song. And I also have to ask Wyatt, since you're the mastermind on crafting and orchestrating the bass of the song and the instrumentals and everything. When you heard that, now what comes first, the instrumentals or the lyrics?
Mine.
All right, yours comes first. So did you, Dave, pitch him the idea of coda when he was going at it, or did you okay, I could actually write to this about this?
What I had in mind was a lot of the times it'll just kind of be out of nowhere. You'll be like, hey, here's a new song. So I get the chance. It's like opening a Christmas present. So I'll be like, oh, okay, what do we have here? So I sat down and yeah, coda was an idea that I had in mind at the time. And I could remember, because this episode came out in 2014. I was 13 years old, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I harkened back to remembering watching that episode for the first time. And I don't know if I'd ever call it a favorite episode of mine, because it's, what happens at the end of the episode if you're a fan. And that's obviously not something that I, was happy with, but I remembered all those negative emotions and how angry I was with what they had done, not in a salty way, like, oh, I'm never going to watch this show again, because that's a good show. But, you're supposed to be upset about the story. So I wanted to make sure that I translated those feelings well, and that had to be aggressiveness, that had to be just fast riffs, angry tuning, and everything in between. But there also had to be that level of emotional attachment to it, because of how emotionally attached I was to this character. So making a good blend there was what was really important, making sure that there was enough melody, because this character also was musically inclined. That was the reason that episode was titled Coda, because it was pretty much the end of the story, and coda is a musical term for the end of something, the end of a song or composition. So
that was a mind-bending ass answer. I was not expecting that much depth to come out of it, man. Wow, bravo. So did you in turn relay that to Wyatt and it was like, hey, come up with something, or was it already there before you started writing to it?
No, that was there, and that's the beauty of working with this dude, is that he'll send me something,
he just knows
kind of guidance, and I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. This is just what I needed.
That's fucking awesome, man, because it probably really helps to have a really solid partner in writing songs, especially when you have somebody that can actually construct an entire instrumental, and then that makes your job so much easier. And it paid off 100%, because, dude, again, coda is a fucking banger, dude. It's so big, and I'm so excited, for a lot of these reactors to get their hands on it, because they're gonna fucking feast on it, dude. It is such a big song. I'm still very much so reeling in from aokigahara. I'm still reeling in months later.
We didn't allow that much time in between songs.
You really didn't. Not this time. It was very quick and very abrupt. And you were just like, hey, man, we got a new one for you. I'm like, already? Didn't this shit just drop? I was like, didn't this shit, like, I'm still cranking this. Like, did this just drop? And you're telling me there's another one? And then not even like a month later, you send me the whole fucking video. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I said I got into the lab yesterday and I knocked it out. And I'm just like I literally had to sit there for a good 10 minutes and just even my heartbeat after that reaction because I was sitting there just rocking because I was sweaty. I was shaking. I just like even like showing you guys the reaction before we even hit recording. I had to steady my heartbeat before we even did it, before we even did this because I would have been all over the fucking place, dude. Like every time I hear it is just adrenaline gushing. Like it is nuts, man. Like it is nuts that you guys are able to create something that really makes people feel things, you know. And it's just I got to give it to you guys. It's been pretty fucking solid so far and super early on top of it.
Thanks.
Thank you, man. It's the highest praise, and we're always so grateful for your support and your enthusiasm.
Yeah,
it's what really feels like a good payoff after working so hard to try and create something like you said. It resonates with people. It makes people feel something. That's a job well done in my eyes.
Yeah, dude, like even your production quality this fucking early on. If you were doing this shit in 2011, you would have heard GarageBand sounding shit. Like we would have heard like GarageBand sounding shit. The fact that you guys have such a solid sound and it just solid sounding production. There's little to nothing wrong with any of like how the songs sound. Like everything blends well together. The vocals are layered beautifully with the instrumentals. Nothing's overpowering anything. Like they're like if you listen to Butterfly and you listen to Coda, it almost sounds like two different bands and both songs have amazing fucking production quality. Like it sounds like two completely different bands, man. Like and it's so crazy to see the comparison between those two songs because in all of those songs in between, you can really hear the growth of how you guys have grown as musicians. And it's fucking nuts.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just write what I feel.
I just write what I feel, and then 2 months later, some banger ass shit comes out.
Whatever inspires me to, whatever. Like I try to write like energetic stuff. Stuff that'll get people moving while it also has like melodic concepts as well and has like a
what is the formula for that though? Like how do you wake up one morning and just like have this idea and then it just happens? Like how do you do that? How do you use it?
I mean, I think Coda started with the intro riff and I just kind of built around that.
Yeah.
He learned the hard way to not let me try and screw with the instrumental composition because that song started out at the very first like drop. It was kind of just like a chug pattern.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, hey man, do you think we could do like a sick riff here? And he was like, okay, yeah, here's the file. Let me know if you have any ideas. And so I started going in and just writing random numbers like the 26th fret, and it was like totally impossible to play, but I thought it sounded cool. I sent it back. He was like, yeah, I'll just come up with something else.
Damn.
But yeah, so we go back and forth. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was that second, like the verse riff that started it, and then we changed the first riff to be more like notey instead of just like open string.
Okay.
Stuff.
Good call too, because doing two open string shit can get really repetitive. So the fact that you guys know that balance right off the gate is fucking so important. And the fact that you already know what you want to do and what you don't want to do is literally the key to success. Like every song that you guys have put out so far has topped the one previous. And I honestly had no fucking clue. And I may have said this in my reaction to aokigahara. I have no fucking clue like how you guys top the track you could put out currently because you do it every time. Because aokigahara, I had no clue. I was like, this might be it. Like, I don't know how you could top something like this. And then you fucking hit me with coda. And I'm like, damn, how? How?
The big thing in it is honestly just, making music that, is true to the type of music we like to listen to. That's got to be my biggest thing is when I'm making melodies.
Absolutely.
And I'm writing lyrics, I'm thinking about, if I heard this in another song by another band, would I come back and listen to it? And if I read these lyrics out, would I give it the time of day? Do I think that there's, enough to unpack here? Do I think it holds enough meaning? And I'm sure he does that too. We have a lot of bands that influence our sonic sound in terms of instrumentals. So it's just all about making compositions that we ourselves would like to listen to, and I think that's just maybe our one untold secret. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess
Go ahead.
with like Aoki, it was like when Dave said I want to make a song about the suicide force, I was like, okay, 8-string chugging, let's go.
8-string chug. This dude
He's
already
not-
fucking knew. He was like, yes, fucking finally, let's go.
His first instinct isn't, whoa, man, are you sure? It's
No, it's
I
like,
got
fuck yeah,
this going
8-string
on.
chuggy. We're gonna make this fucking heavy. There's gonna be a fucking hey in the middle of it, and we're gonna fucking go in.
Yeah, a bunch of breakdowns. Let's go. It's gonna be fun.
Every fucking 5 seconds is a breakdown.
yeah. So, and that one, I guess when I wrote it, I wasn't really thinking of live situations.
Yeah.
Because like we were at that point, we were just like we had just started, so it wasn't like, oh, I might have to play this live one day. Wonder how that would sound. I didn't. I was just like, okay, this part fits well with this part. I think, trying to fit with the storyline or whatever. And then I guess as we've moved forward, I tried to think about, okay, how would this fit in like a live setting? Would this make a crowd like move?
Yeah.
Like with Coda, I'm like, okay, there's a pit going to happen at this part.
There's going to be a pit at this part.
Yeah, there's going to be
fucking awesome.
Pit at this part. And, there's going to be sing along at this part. And, I just wanted it to be energetic from start to finish.
I find it hard to believe you're more conscious about writing difficult sections now than you were back then, because our new stuff is not easy still.
No, it's also getting harder.
It's getting harder, and I'm sweating every time something new comes in.
Hey man, imagine how fucking hard my job is, man. You're like, oh, imagine how hard my hands are sweating when something new comes in. So imagine my fucking surprise when Coda came in.
We just came up with a demo, or we just finished the demo, I should say.
Yeah.
And he's so hell-bent on playing Conquer, and he's so hell-bent on wanting to play it. And I want to play it too so much, but like, it's got to be the most complex song that we've
It's
written.
okay. So if we could pull it off live, it would slap. Like
it would be
be the coolest thing ever. But it is very hard.
And in the chorus, right? The chorus, metalcore choruses are supposed to be the part where the instrumental takes a break, and it does. But then the second half of it starts going like just this crazy offbeat timed rhythm, and I'm still singing over it. So I'm thinking in my head, how the hell am I going to coordinate my hands with my mouth here?
Well, he also
that is why I would strictly sing and never play an instrument, because I have no separation from my head and my hands. There's no separation there. So yeah, man.
I don't either. I'm glad I don't like sing and play guitar, because I don't think I could do it.
Do you think though, Wyatt, that we might in live shows see you behind a microphone, even if it's just ad lib fucking streams, man?
I don't know about that. That's gonna take a lot of convincing.
It's gonna take a lot of convincing. Well, what if you guys get Chance in your song eventually? We're gonna need more than just fucking Dave.
Come on, he likes he does love his dissonant seventh harmony.
The
tritone harmony. He's pretty awesome.
Very good at that. Yeah.
So now, have you guys had an instance where you're starting to work on a song and you have this fucking idea and it's going to come out, but have you guys had like a solid idea of a song that turned out completely different and ended up completely differently in the final product?
Jupiter was pretty different.
Yeah, well, that started as like another whole.
I hadn't even met you when he wrote Jupiter.
Yeah, I wrote Jupiter like
6 years
ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
But when we were first writing together, what I would do is dig through his channel and try and find his original compositions and go through and be like, would this be cool to write to? And Jupiter is the only one that came out of that.
Yeah, I wasn't very good when I first started.
I don't mean to say that sound like he was bad. But.
No, I mean I can look back.
Everybody
and be like, that was trash.
Hell yeah, dude. I recently rewatched my first reaction and I cringed all over the place. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand entirely, man. Things get better in time, 100%. But now, since you guys were talking about a demo that you guys are working on, that was actually another one of my questions. Post Coda, is there anything else you guys are working on? And can we hear a little something about it? Not hear something in general, but like anything that we can hear about the next track coming
I
after.
have a whole folder on my.
How much?
He's like, yo, hide that shit.
I want to tell him.
He said, yo.
You just want to see? I have a drive folder with like over 20 completed demos.
Yeah, I think we're at about almost 40
Vocals and all?
Yeah, with vocals and all, over 20.
Yeah, we have like 40 instrumentals, I think, at this point. Yeah.
Bro, I'm so excited for my reaction career. Let's go.
We'll be giving you
go,
content
man.
for a long time.
Yeah. We
Let's
have enough
fucking go.
I'm like 35. So.
Hell yeah, man. So for the next song, like what do you guys have a specific avenue you guys are going down? Are you guys trying something different or
I would really like to it's always hard because there are so many at this point to decide which one is next in line. And the beginning, when it was a smaller quantity, we were kind of just going true to order, or it was so much easier to pick. But now there's, I'll say I have a new favorite every 5 seconds. So there's also just balancing, trying to figure out what's going to go good, piggybacking off of this last release, what's going to continue to sound, stay true to it. How do we evolve in the right way? Do we just do one? Are we going to try and do 3? Try and do 5? It's a lot to try and consider. For right now, we try and focus on the moment and making sure we can get Coda as good as it can be in terms of release and reception wise. But it's definitely been on our minds. I don't know if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of our stuff kind of range. Like we have I'd say very diverse what we have so far. Like we have some super heavy stuff, and we have some stuff like Aoki and some stuff like Tears, more lighter stuff too. Like we have both, and then we have stuff in the middle, just like more like straight to the point.
No, for sure.
We're trying to like group them to make them fit. I would like to do an EP maybe.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. But
yes, you do. Yes, you do want to do that EP. Absolutely, you do.
What order to put them in, and which songs would fit better, and like how that would work, how that would be.
Grouping them as 3 is pretty easy. Grouping them as 5 is
a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. Now, like, are you guys? Do you guys have any plans for like doing like an acoustic song, or anything like that, or like a very softer song where it's like clean vocals? Not like a strip version, but like a more like acoustic sounding song, like a released finished off song that's like more like acoustic sounding, I guess.
Do you even own an acoustic?
Yeah, I have an acoustic. I actually have one of the acoustic electrics you can like plug in.
Ooh, how did you do that?
I don't. That is not. I'm not very good at acoustic playing.
He has it because he likes to look at it.
No, it's actually my dad's. He used to play it for church, but it just kind of sits in the closet now and doesn't really.
Sorry, Dad.
I hear a lot of people that play electric guitar that shred be like, oh, I'm not that good at acoustic. And they play shit that I would dream to play out, to be able to play in fucking 10 years time. And they're just playing it casually like, yeah, I'm not very good. And they're just fucking going at it. I'm like,
I don't know if I could like write a song on acoustic. It's not something I've ever done. So it'd be totally new. But I mean, I'm not closed off to the idea. I guess I hadn't crossed my mind.
For sure. Do you guys have any covers that you guys have thought about doing or want to do?
Dude, we did an entire vocalized demo of Wolves by Selena Gomez.
Oh my fucking God.
But I got outvoted on trying to release it.
Got outvoted. I mean, you could release it as a solo artist and I'll react to it.
That's what we were going to do, is like put it on our personal channels. But
okay.
Other stuff has gotten in the way. We just haven't gotten around to it.
Right. And it's also hard to do, like, because we had the idea of the whole pop goes metal. But naturally, I picked from like pop songs I enjoy, and then when it comes to like reworking it, I'm kind of just like, well, I like this song for a reason. Why would I change it?
No facts, 100%. And a lot of people don't do them. I figured I'd ask because you never know. Sometimes bands have some crazy shit in the chamber, man. Like sometimes they have some crazy covers.
But so we did put a Lorna Shore breakdown in that Wolves cover.
Yeah,
Lorna Shore breakdown in a fucking Selena Gomez cover
with like,
well, it's got like noises. The fast what they're known for is like the fast double kick.
Okay.
That it has.
So just like fucking
big 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll ever see the light, but
we might put it out just like as a personal thing.
You definitely should, because I am interested. I'm interested.
Selena Gomez, who was my first crush as a kid.
Really? With Selena Gomez?
That's what I said. Really?
Really? For real?
All the women in the world,
Dude,
her?
yeah. I'm
Seriously,
not
out of all women in the world, Selena Gomez?
Yeah. Well, I was on
man.
like 10.
I can understand that. I can respect that. Now for any like new material going down the road, is there any like new elements that you guys are looking forward to trying? Like, is there like new things in a song that you want to like try out, whether if it's a sound or sampling something from like a popular song? Like, is there something that you guys are thinking about doing?
There's one demo we have that's like this is really what mode was it in? It's in the
Which one are you talking about?
it's in the darkest mode.
Harmonic minor?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's in harmonic minor. And there was this really cool section that I just totally made him change.
Oh, I know
There
what
it
you're
is.
talking about. Yeah, it has like a trap beat.
I told him to
before
put a
the
trap beat in
chorus.
it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the little
Yeah, it has the cicada hi-hats in it. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
fuck yeah, dude. Fuck
Like,
yeah. I actually fuck with that shit heavy.
It transitions into like real drums, and then it just this big chorus. And I want to do something with it because it's really cool sounding.
Have Joey spit fucking bars, bro.
I want to try and do some of that. Yeah.
Have Joey spit some fucking fast bars in that shit, dude. I'd bite like a motherfucker. That's some of my favorite shit is when people can really push the speed in their vocals. Like even if it's singing, screaming, you name it. If you can push the speed, that's that new Falling in Reverse song. Like specifically, specifically.
Falling in Reverse song, then.
Dude, I was blown the fuck away. That was another reaction that is currently blown up too. Like that fucking like it when you add new shit that you don't hear in like your typical favorite bands, like when they add new elements, it can obviously either make or break a band. Like, well, not the band itself, but it can make or break a song. But it was incredible.
It was.
So I have to know.
Have you listened to Ronnie's like solo rap stuff?
Oh, of course,
Okay.
Man.
Okay, I was just making sure because I used to listen to that back in the day, and it was.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's super good at rapping.
Very talented musician.
Yeah, insane.
Oh, dude, like if anything, like arguably one of the most talented in our time at the moment. Like the dude is constantly creative. Like he's constantly got new shit he's doing and like experimenting with. And I can't say that, he's the most original because a lot has been done in music and it's very hard to not have some influences in your songs. But yeah, man, like that dude, like a lot of people have to pay attention to that dude because holy shit. But yeah, like is there anything specific that you guys want to add to songs other than the hi-hats? Which again, I would very much welcome in a song.
We do have another song that has like the hi-hats.
He said other than the hi-hats.
But I'm just saying when we have it in multiple songs, I guess.
What other song?
The harmonic minor one with like the piano and it has like the pan.
Oh yeah.
Like
That's right. Okay, other than that, now we play with some symphonic elements every now and then. I love coming from a 2000s rock background.
We hadn't put out much of the like string heavy songs yet.
There's a couple that I think really fit the mold of how we're releasing and how our sound is evolving. I think would be a really good successor to Coda. So there could be some symphonic elements coming out soon. Like I love strings and breakdowns.
Oh yeah, dude.
It just makes everything feel much more cinematic and epic, and I'm such a sucker for that kind of music. We both are.
That's why I write them.
Yeah, dude. Like that breakdown to fucking Falling in Reverse's new song sounded like a fucking like a death scene in Attack on Titan. I was just like, like it felt just epic, Like it just felt destructive, and it felt like a symphony of death. Like that's basically what it felt like, and I was just like. Yeah, so if you guys definitely do some shit like where it just broadens and opens and fucking just gets epic, odds are I will die on camera. I will die on camera, 100%, dude.
Yeah, we do. I use a lot of like orchestral stuff. Like we have there's some songs that have just like straight up orchestral score sections, I guess, with like like the drum, like everything, like the drums, timpanis, all of the strings, violins. All of that stuff. So we do have some songs like that I'm excited to release and
keep everything fresh, add new elements in, but
still stay true to like what we like. Because I mean, I like to play around with like synths and orchestral stuff, and I like to layer that on top of like guitars and
that's the good stuff.
So that's like my playing ground that I really love to dabble in.
Yeah, that is definitely the recipe for like ear sounding destruction for sure. That is absolutely fucking phenomenal. Now you guys were talking about like how you release things. Are you guys at the point now where you have like more of a structured release schedule, kind of like when to like around what time of the year to expect things?
Yeah, I think we've kind of have gotten a little bit of a system in place that's kind of worked. I mean, we're always trying to figure out new ways to do things and trying different
For sure.
things, but I think we have figured out a little bit of a system that works for us that keeps people engaged and like we don't like to go too far without releasing something because we are still on the smaller end of the spectrum. We do like to
Fucking don't feel that way. Don't fucking feel that way.
I mean, like you look at Falling in Reverse, like everybody knows who they are.
Yeah.
3 million views in
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, they,
Yeah.
monthly listeners, did they have like 4 million?
Yeah,
Something
they're
like
they're
that.
up there.
Yeah, they're like up there.
So
So,
we're trying to do our due diligence and just make sure that we don't go too long without any like the people hearing from us. We want to keep
Yeah.
engaged, keep in people's minds, and
Oh, for sure.
just retain as much as we can when it comes to our audience.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think the longest amount of time in between a release was Butterfly and Tears, I believe. Was like
Butterfly and
Jupiter.
Jupiter
yeah.
rather was
Was
like
like
the biggest gap of time.
Yeah.
And then aokigahara fucking dropped, and now you're like, hey, there's another one, bud. I'm like, what?
This is more
What?
along the lines. This is more along the lines of the timeline we want to kind of use going forward. It's
Like
we-
3-4 month
first,
structure.
Obviously, being brand new. After that came a lot of challenges and a lot of things
Yeah.
that needed our full attention at the time. So getting to a great and steady point now, we have the privilege and the ability to do these kind of release schedules, and it's I think the most prime for like I said, retaining audiences and just keeping everyone engaged.
Yeah, and honestly, even the time frame between aokigahara and coda coming out on February 24th, 2023. So make sure you guys hit the links down in the description. Be on the lookout for that coming out very soon. It's with that small amount of time in between, it was like 2 months, if that, like a little over 2 months or something like that. The quality is immaculate. Like it sounds so good. Like it sounds as tight, maybe even tighter than aokigahara did. And if that's the window, it's perfect. Like it's perfect. Like you guys found a system that works for you, and I don't see quality dropping in terms of release. Like at this point, it's like I'm sold, like 100%. And I'm excited for everybody else to hear coda as well, because it's nuts, man.
It's most exciting for us because we did write so much over the course of since him and I have met,
and we're still writing.
And we are still writing. But we have our oldies that are like our close favorites, and this one has been one that we've sat on for probably
it's been over a year because I wrote it over like it was around Christmas time.
It was like right as I started dating my girlfriend, and that was a year and a half ago.
Like we played this song live twice.
We played it twice.
Yeah.
And it's been the crowd favorite, I feel like, every time. It's when we get
so having a studio version is gonna be nice. Ooh.
Yeah. We are so it's most cathartic for us because now we get to actually put it out and get to hear people's thoughts on it, and just doing things like this is so rewarding and just
hell
awesome.
Fucking yeah, man. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. Now, do you with all the releases that you guys have put out, it's what, 4 songs now, like on the release already, and then number 5 is going to be coda?
Yep.
5, yeah.
With how it's been received and how far it's reached, have you guys, since your releases, have you guys communicated with any other bands potentially, like some known bands at all,
or
like not even just collabing, but like has anybody like talked to you guys about your release, like any bands, any artists that you guys know like saw it and was just like
Yeah, I mean we've had like bands that we've played with that have really enjoyed our set, and
fuck yeah,
local bands that we're trying to like build relationships with and that have a similar sound to us, kind of in like our little tiny scene,
yeah,
man. And we vibe really well together. So
I tried to get Era to check us out. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I tried.
But yeah, no, speaking of collabs, that's actually another question of mine. Is there anybody you guys spoken to potentially about like vocal collabs, instrumental collabs on a song or songs going forward?
Tears was we had
Randy
Randy on
Pascarella.
the song. That was really big for us. With Randy being such an integral part on making our sound happen, and I think that If I Were You is a big influence, sound and composition, instrumental wise, for
both of us
for our songs, and just me. Like I think I told you once before. I can remember being in college and starting vocal lessons for the first time so long ago, and showing them an If I Were You song and being like, how can I do this? And that's just because of how much I looked up to Randy and how awesome I think he can make his voice sound. He has such a great range of dynamics. So that was really cool for me to share a track with him. As far as new collabs, I don't think so.
You want to get JT on a track.
I want JT on a track.
If we can afford it.
From Era.
We can afford it. That'd be fucking incredible, man. Oh my god. JT from Era on one of you guys' songs would be fucking face melting.
He's on the Feature X site. So it is possible to get
have his rates,
but his price is hidden.
Yeah,
and that makes me think it's super high.
So we might be taking on our track.
Yeah, because I know that even with Franz from Attila, it's like $5,000 or something like that for him to be on a song or some shit. But that's only because you're paying for his studio time, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how rates and shit like that work because I've never been in a legitimate studio, but
he probably tracks all his stuff at his house, I would assume.
I just invite him over and be like, all right, hey man, step into the closet where I got the mic.
You'd be like, yo, word. Wait, does he live near you guys?
JT? No, he lives in
Oh.
I don't know, somewhere.
Well, it's not too far.
I was gonna say, we're like, oh, I'm gonna invite him over. I'm like, does he live that fucking close? Jesus.
No.
God
even
damn.
though Era's from the same state we are, none of them live here.
They did start in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Interesting. Huh. Yeah, it's funny because all that remains fucking practice space is still right down the street in Chicopee here. That's funny.
Very cool.
It's really fucking cool. Like you actually see a couple of the dudes around here still. Like for example, Ollie Herbert, rest his fucking soul. I saw him 2 days before he died. Dang. And he was just eating pizza at a pizza shop right down the street from where I was living in Ludlow at the time, which was like a town that's like 10 minutes away. And he just openly walks down the street and shit. Well, did. But yeah, like there's a lot of like musical talent that is around this area, weirdly enough.
Yeah, Killswitch is from Boston.
Yeah, fucking Killswitch is from Boston. Stained is right here in Springfield, where I am.
Good old Stained.
Fuck you. I love Stained. I fucking love Stained. Get out of here. I'll die on that fucking hill. Just like I love Nickelback, bitch. I love Nickelback too, bitch. But yeah, no, like Godsmack's from here, Aerosmith's from here. There's like a bunch of fucking bands that are from here. But one of my last questions for you guys: do we have any touring news?
No.
He's like, no.
We've reached out to some companies and we reached out to bookers and promoters for other opportunities to I think it's a difficult time in the year right now. Nobody was playing over the winter, over the holidays. So we filled our commitments last year and we had such a blast playing in the Memphis area. And now one of the main things we're going to set off to do after this release is looking once we can get our sound, I think our live sound and our set to the best of its ability, make sure it's really strong and that we are, 100% ready to get back out there, contact some companies and other bands and hopefully get some cool dates for this coming year.
Yeah. Try to play shows in like our immediate area, start there and then work our way up,
So just play some shows at like the local scene until like
season
really picks up.
Atlanta, like those big cities, and try and build connections in each of those, and then work our way.
Hell yeah! Now, do you guys have to like reach out to like promotions and like booking like places to get booked on a show and everything?
Yeah, you usually reach out to either a promoting company will put on the show in a venue, or you'll reach out to the venue itself. It just really depends on what situation it is. If there's if we want to open for like a bigger band, we usually have to find out like who the promotion company is and email them and see if they have like an opening spot and if we would be like a good fit for them.
Yeah, around the springtime, like especially up here, because the fucking Massachusetts and Connecticut scene is fucking ridiculous. There's always something going on in this area.
There's so many bands that I love that are from that area, so I think we would.
Really, name a few for me.
And which in Connecticut?
Connecticut, Mass, don't matter.
Okay. Dream Lake's from Connecticut. Boundaries is from Connecticut. Currents.
I've been to a show. Yep.
Yeah. There's a couple more.
Before I Turn just came out. Yeah, dude, I actually have been to multiple shows of them back when they were still starting out, and they still had their original fucking dude Jonah as their lead singer. Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't catch the influence on.
Yeah, I've never heard you mention them.
I know, because they're like my favorite bands.
I did not know that, and it's funny because they started right here in Westfield.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard of the band Great American Ghost, but
they're so sick.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
Nico Gasparini is actually my homie.
Nuh-uh.
He worked at the Taco Bell with my daughter's mom, and he actually deleted her off Facebook, kept me on Facebook. I still have him on Facebook to this day. You can go and talk to him. I've actually I was a fan of him when he was still in Numbers. He bought me a taco. Like, I actually know this dude. Like, I know Nico.
Dude, they're so good.
Great American Ghost. Yeah, Nico is right in Ludlow.
That's so sick. I would love to play a show with them. I heard their live set is like insane.
Yeah, he does one of the breakdowns, and he's very Dimebag influenced now. Like, he's so Dimebag influenced, it's ridiculous. Like, that dude's playing is unstoppable, man. Like, Nico Gasparini, oh my god, it makes me so happy knowing that you know who these guys are.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I used to go to his Taco Bell all the time while he was working, just to chill while he was off touring. So that's kind of cool, man. That's fucking awesome. That comes full circle. Okay, well, since you said that, I'm gonna see if I can help you guys out with some dates up here in the Northeast. So, because if I can get you guys down to play with some of these bands that you guys love, I will definitely try to make that happen. 100%. Yeah, because if you guys ever find yourself in the Northeast, I still have that open offer that if you guys want a music video shot, I can hook you guys up.
Oh, okay.
We need to take you up on that.
Yeah, we do.
Because guess what? You won't have to pay shit either.
Are you paying for it?
What do I have to pay for if I'm part of the people that's filming your music video?
Oh, you're part of it.
I'm a part of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. I know multiple videographers here, and I actually know an editor that has been looking for a fucking metal band to film. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do actually have those types of connections. I can actually make that happen. So if you guys need like a music video while you're in the Northeast, I can make it happen.
I'm so glad I reached out to you in our first
Hey man, no, look, seriously, anything you guys need, 100%. Like, even if it's just like, to play a show, if you're looking to get a different scenery in a music video, need someone to shoot a fucking music video, just hit me up, and with some planning, I can make it happen.
We gotta relocate to New England.
Dude, New England, if you are in the music scene, it is a great place to be, because there is so many people you are going to meet out here, because it just like, I think 90 for at least 75% of my friends are musicians or ex-musicians. So I just, yeah, it's very easy to talk to people out here, and the networking is amazing. Like, a lot of the Mass and Connecticut bands are super just welcoming people. So I think you guys will do just fine up here.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, well, hope we can get up there someday. I'd love to.
Absolutely. I would love to fucking catch an Apparition show. I would absolutely love to finally fucking rage out to my theme song.
Your multiple theme songs.
My multiple theme songs, exactly. And it might be a third soon. Who knows?
Question: if we were to play a live set, what songs would you want to hear?
Oh, fucking aokigahara, obviously, 100%. If I had a choice of the three, open with aokigahara, mid-show, like during the cool down period after you played a softer song, go right into coda, but end it with Poison. End it with Poison, just as like a nice bittersweet.
It's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was Alchemy, then we played Jupiter, and then coda, and then Butterfly.
Right? There we go.
Yeah.
That's the order I would definitely request it as well. That is 100% the order, because it just
put Poison Butterfly back in the set if we come up there.
Oh, you took it out of the set?
we were gonna take it out because we played, like, me and him had played that song probably like 1,000 times.
I do not blame you for taking it out. I do not blame you for taking it out. Like,
We're
again,
trying to phase out the drop C. It goes back into what I said of like defining the sound that we want.
no, of course. And
drop C is a whole extra guitar for him.
Well, it's for both of us too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have
shit.
to carry. He carries 3 guitars to a show. I carry 2 guitars.
And we play all 3. I play all 3 in the
He plays all 3 when we play 5 songs.
God damn. So you have to keep switching?
Yeah, I will. You practice it and you get used to it. But
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you guys
Me, I'm all like
all right, so you guys got your stage callus and everything. Like, you already know like your process on, like, all right, after this song, switch guitars, quick tune, dome, go. Done.
Yeah.
Like, you already have your whole stage plan?
growlers, man.
Yeah, you should watch our live set.
I gotta ask you, has anything embarrassing happened leading up to a show or mid-show? Like, has your mic just stopped fucking working randomly?
It's not a question of has anything happened. It's do we want to share anything that's happened?
Well,
Would you like to share anything that's happened that's
the
embarrassing?
The first time we played live,
it was not good.
Our laptop failed, so we had to like do it on the fly. So we played Butterfly. We played Butterfly and Aoki without any of the like.
No, we didn't. So what we did?
Well, we played Butterfly without any of the like background elements. It was just like
what we tried to do was because there's this thing like metal bands will have Ableton session with a click track
or just any
with a click track that goes to the ear so that you keep on time with all the pads because
like Aoki like that like those breaks, there's no way to be like 1, 2, 3, 4.
All the songs have ambient pads with no rhythmic section at all.
Yeah.
So unless you have absolutely perfect tempo, you can't stay on them. So we tried to do that, and then by the time we were midway through Jupiter, we were just probably a beat off. Like,
no!
We only played to like 10 people.
So I walked over to the laptop, and midway through the song, I was just like, "Stop."
Turn that shit right.
Totally organically.
It was fine.
Translated decently well.
Yeah,
it wasn't too bad.
It's all about paying your dues, like the first couple of years are a little rough,
It was fine.
By the next 2 shows, we got everything sorted out. We're
had good now.
Great experiences all around.
Fuck yeah, man. All right, guys. Do you guys have any closing remarks? Is there any announcements that you want to make? Anything you guys want to say to the audience about the band? Anything that you want them to know?
Well, Coda is going to be out. Coda's going to be out February 24th. I don't know if it probably won't be out by the time this is uploaded, but we have pre-save links in our social medias. Follow us at Apparitions Music on Instagram. All of our updates go out there first before anywhere else. We've got big things coming. We've got much more music headed on the way, and we are so grateful for the support. And we can't wait to hear what you think about our new song.
Man, guys, it is always a pleasure having you on the show. It's always great to talk to you guys. It's always good to hear the success from every single that's been dropped. I'm so fucking excited for the world to finally hear Coda coming out to you guys February 24th, 2023. It's going to be an absolute banger. I would know. I fucking heard it yesterday, and holy fucking shit, it is great. Wyatt, Dave, thank you guys so much for joining me here on the Evening Rager.
Thank you, brother. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Hell yeah, man. Well, without further ado, guys, you guys can follow Apparitions. Their links are right down in the description box down below. This episode will be out really soon because if you guys haven't noticed, I can edit now, so I don't have to rely on anybody else. So this episode should be out by either tomorrow or the day after. I'm going to go right to work on it right after I'm done with this. Guys, thank you again so much for joining the show. Everybody else, I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to follow We Are Wrestling right in the description box down below. Follow the 26 and Pure Rage podcast. We just uploaded episode 3 of The Last of Us post show, and we are going to have a guest for episode 4, so stay tuned for that. Like always, be safe, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.